Okay, so it is day 4 now, and I finally finished the drawing after much trial and error, learning a whole entire new medium. This has been one of the harder challenges I've done on my channel, but I am so glad to say I have finally finished. So here's a final drawing. So I think a very surprising fact that a lot of you guys may not know about me is that I have only done digital artwork, excluding my Photoshop thumbnails that I do for my YouTube channel, excluding that. I have only done digital artwork twice in my life. The first time was in 2012 for digital design class. It was literally my first time ever using Photoshop, ever using a Mac computer, and I created this masterpiece, which I believe rivals that of the great Da Vinci. And the second time ever doing digital artwork was maybe 2 years ago for a video. That one came out alright, you know, that was a lot of fun. And since then, for years people have been asking me, and today I shall deliver, because ladies and gentlemen, for the third time in my whole entire life, I am going to try to attempt digital artwork. And it's a little nervous because I know so many amazing digital artists follow my YouTube channel, and I just want to say this one goes out for you guys. I'm gonna try my best to make some good digital artwork. Before we get into it, if you would like to see all of my artwork back from 2012 all the way up until current day, you guys can check out my Instagram. And if you guys want to see some art tips and tricks, you guys can check out Thine TikTok. And I just broke a nail. I got so excited. I'm like, digital art! And I just broke a nail. So anyway, with that being said, guys, here is my third ever attempt at digital art. Alright, let's see what we are working with today. So I am using the same Chromebook from last time. I had a very positive experience with it last time, so I thought, you know, I'll just use it again.
Now initially I thought I was gonna be all cool, like, oh, I'm gonna download Adobe Sketch, that sounds so much more professional. But upon opening it, I noticed that there wasn't a lot of brushes that I could use. I didn't know how to import brushes, and it just didn't seem like it had everything that I needed, which I thought it would. I thought it'd be like Photoshop or something, but I guess not. So instead, I am going in with the same program that I used last time, which is Auto Sketch Desk. Now this bad boy is free. I used it last time and I figured it out pretty quickly. There's two versions. There's the desktop and the mobile version. The mobile version does not have autosave. Alright, so I have a nice little canvas set up here, and I can zoom in as much as I need to go for like the drawing later. And I today am going to be drawing my rendition of Gil Everins' Flying High. But today I'm not going to use his painting as the reference photo. I'm actually going to use the original model as a reference photo. I think that'll be a little bit more authentic. And with my rendition, I'm also going to be combining one of my personal favorite YouTubers, Jordan Shrinks. She's like a Canadian goth, vegan, weight loss, health, fitness, puppy owner YouTuber. We stan her, we love her, I love her style, and I just feel like it would go really well with the witch aesthetic. So first I'm going to pop in. Hello, can you not get any bigger? Oh, there we are. And boom. That's what I needed from the photograph. I just needed the movement, I needed the position, and from here I can exaggerate what I want to. I can make something bigger, smaller, but basically I got the gesture drawing down. And now that I have the basic of the basic, I'm going to delete the photograph and I'm gonna work from there. Proportions are very important, so how I'm gonna get them is through 3 specific steps. First, I gotta work with the red line. Now this is where I'm starting to create the body and the movement and just kind of start getting an idea that like, hey, this is not a blob, this is a human figure. From there, I move on to the blue line where I'm like, now this is a human figure, this is specifically like a little cute little pinup witch. Think of these steps like sculpture. First I have a big block of just pure marble, then I whittle it down, and eventually you get Michelangelo. Okay, well maybe not Michelangelo, but you know what I mean. You start from a big thing and you whittle it down to very specific, and that's what I'm doing here with the outline.
Alright, so here is where we're currently at with the bare bones of the drawing. Now, I feel like most digital artists, they do like the outline, then the coloring, and then the final details, and then the background. But for me, I'm gonna go straight for the coloring because I want this to be semi-realistic. Like, I want it to look like a painting. And as somebody who does a lot of realism, I just feel like it'd be the perfect time. Put two and two together.
So this part is definitely going to be hard for me to show you guys because I struggled so much. I had no idea what I was doing. I literally was learning the medium as I was creating this piece of work. And it's amazing how this is gonna get turned into something. Like, for example, I'm turning her into a different ethnicity right now, you know what I'm saying? It was literally from building block 0. In fact, let's go over the number of faces I created just on this one face alone. Okay, so I have been working on the face now for about 2 hours, and it's so frustrating. So I'm gonna work on something else and then come back to the face. Alright, round 2 with the face. Now, the second round with the face, I realized that I was just blending way too much. With paints and colored pencils and all that, you can blend all day long and it's gonna make the artwork look really good. But with this, it's so powerful in comparison that if you tell it to blend, it's gonna blend in one stroke. So not only was I learning a whole entire new medium, I had to teach myself how to create artwork in a whole entire new way because it's so alien to me and different to me. But I got the hang of it very quickly and it came out so much better than before. Well, I hope so anyway. Now for the clothes, I have been following her for a hot minute on Instagram and she has like a very unique gothy kind of style. So I think it'd be fun to apply her real life style to the drawing. Starting off with her hat. First I was gonna go in with an all black outfit because the whole goth thing, but I realized her hair is black, so a black hat with black hair, that just ain't it, sis. So instead, I'm going in with a vibrant and deep purple. Not only will it separate her hat from her head, but it'll just give it that extra kick of color I want and make it look a little bit more visually interesting. Now, I want to talk about the opacity feature on digital artwork because this was so cool to me. This was like the coolest thing I have ever experienced. The fact that I was able to make sheer tights in seconds was such a cool feature. Another thing I found next level about digital artwork, and by the way, I'm drawing her dog Leo. He is the cutest dog I have ever seen. Oh my gosh. And I love when people include fan art with my dog, so I thought it'd be perfect time to put him in. Now, originally, I had him at the bottom of the broomstick hanging on, but it looked uneven and I had to move him. So, instead of redrawing the whole entire thing, I found this feature. I figured it out! Oh my god, let me pause my 90-day fiance. Hold on. Oh, I figured it out. I learned how to resize and reshape artwork, which is so insanely helpful. Shout out to digital artwork because this is awesome. Now, I decided to make the dog a little bit more cartoony than the rest because I feel like that's just the spirit of dogs. Dogs are like these happy little creatures that need to be portrayed as goofy. Now for the background, I didn't do anything too crazy. I'm keeping it very similar to the original painting, but I had so much fun because I didn't know you could create gradients and you can add in perfect circles and textures and dots and stars, and I had a really great time creating the background. And I was having so much fun finishing it up, doing all the final touches. I was so excited to finish this project, and I completed it. I turned it on its side. I heard a boop, it went blank, and I lost everything. I wish I could say I knew what happened, but it's been a few days, and my boyfriend, Zach, who's very technology savvy, he couldn't figure it out. I couldn't figure it out.
That thing is weird and it up on you, and I'm sorry, but that should not happen on here.
All right, thank you.
It really should.
Thanks for your help and letting me borrow it. I should have just used it the first time when you offered. So annoying. It was hard. I cried a lot. I could not believe that I lost my artwork, all of it, all my hard work, just like that. And it sucked having to restart the drawing all the way from square one. This time I used a more reliable device, which I should have just used the first time. Shout out to Zach for helping me, by the way. And I am so glad to say that the second time it came out faster, it came out better, and I finished it with no worries and all auto-saved and all auto-backed up. Okay, so it is day 4 now, and I finally finished the drawing after much trial and error, learning a whole entire new medium. This has been one of the harder challenges I've done on my channel, but I am so glad to say I have finally finished, so here's a final drawing. For one of my very first attempts at a whole entire brand new medium that I had no idea how to use before, I'm pretty happy with how it came out. So anyway guys, thank you so much again for watching. I will link Jordan Shrinks' channel down below, and yeah, with that being said, I will see you guys next video. Bye!